Hey storytellers, today I am excited to tell you a little bit about some of the inner workings of story weaving. One of the important frameworks of story weaving is the Toltec knowledge. This is the original knowledge of humanity. I talk more about this in other videos you can go into. What I really want to talk about is within the Toltec knowledge there are the three attentions. The first attention, the second attention, and the third attention. So we have a rational mind, and understanding things, usually we are using the rational mind. As we start to separate the rational mind from the first attention, we start to understand things at a deeper level. But the first attention is still about understanding. So we can understand something intellectually and not rely on the rational mind. So the Toltec knowledge, the orientation of the Toltecs, give us a higher understanding without our rational mind, the default, getting in the way. So the reason I'm talking about this is because as a storyteller, it's important to know where you are telling your story from. Telling a story from the rational mind is not going to be a good story. Telling a story from the rational mind is not going to be a good story. That's because the rational mind is designed to solve problems. If we fill up the first attention, the understanding attention, is the attention I'm using my words right now to convey to you. If we fill that up with the proper understanding of how the universe actually works, the rational mind becomes a tool instead of an identity. We can still use it, but we no longer have to believe the conclusions it comes to. And so we don't tell a transformational story from the first attention either. It contains information that certainly requires the first attention, but the most important thing is energy. And so the second attention, the dreaming attention, is where our energy body exists, also called our dreaming body. So using our second attention to look at a story is really where the sweet spot starts to show up. And then the third attention is, you could say, the God view attention. Synchronicity happens within the third attention, or if we have some kind of psychedelic experience, this happens within the third attention. So if we are telling a story from the second or third attention, it's going to be transformational. If we're telling a story from strictly the first attention or from the rational mind, it's not going to be transformational. If we're not in touch with our energy, and if we're not in touch with the God view of what is actually possible, then our story is going to land as weak or ineffective or meaningless. It's not going to have that punch. It's not going to have that slap, which is like, whoa, what did I just watch? Like, that story changed me. That story affected me. And it's not just an emotional effect, right? Emotions are energy, and that does speak to the second attention. But if we just feel an emotion and then it goes away, what's the use of that? The idea of entertainment is that it is a temporary experience. Stories were not originally designed for entertainment. if we're just watching something and then when it's over we forget about it, why are we even spending our time watching it? If it doesn't move us and it doesn't change us, we're wasting our time. This is why some of us are looking through the streaming services or the bookshelves or whatever to find stories that really stand out. They really stand the test of time somehow. And the stories that do that, they're not moralistic, they're not just manipulating you to feel something, but they actually help change you. A transformational story will either help you mature, which means that the personality construct starts to relax itself, to become aware of itself and to relax itself. Or they help you to awaken, which means to disidentify from the personality construct at all. So a transformational story, which is really, it should be all stories, right? All stories should be transformational. That's what storytelling is for, not just entertainment. So if a story doesn't transform us, if it doesn't cause us to either mature or awaken, then it's essentially wasting our time. So I think that's all I wanted to say on this video about the 3 attentions. Where is your story coming from? Which attention is your story coming from? It's really good to know. If it's coming from all 3, wonderful. If it's coming from somewhere that you're not sure, it might be worth looking into. And that's what story weaving is here for. That's what the story weaving strategy can help you with. You can check out the book, the course, my other videos, etc. This is Joshua. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.